Look around your room right now. You probably see a graveyard of brilliant beginnings. Over there is a sketchbook with 3 incredible, highly detailed drawings, and the rest of the pages are completely blank. On your desk, there is a half-finished coding course open on your laptop, sitting right next to a guitar you taught yourself how to play last year. And if you look at your phone, you likely have 3 unread texts from people asking you for a favor, some advice, or help fixing a problem, simply because they know you are just really good at this stuff. If this looks like your life, you probably carry a quiet, heavy feeling of exhaustion that you can't quite explain. You are capable of doing almost anything you set your mind to, yet you end most days feeling completely drained and wondering why you aren't further ahead in life. Society has a very quick, very harsh label for you. They call you a jack of all trades, master of none. They tell you that you are unfocused. They say, if you just picked one thing and stuck to it, you would be so successful. You are wasting your potential. They make you feel like your curiosity is a flaw. They make you feel like your inability to stick to one single path is a failure of discipline. But psychology reveals a completely different story. You are not unfocused. You are not broken. And you are certainly not lazy. You are dealing with a hidden psychological burden known as the curse of competence. Your brain is a high-speed adapter. It learns quickly. It spots patterns instantly. And it solves problems effortlessly. But what nobody tells you is that being good at everything comes with a massive, exhausting emotional price tag. When you are a highly capable person, 2 dangerous things happen. First, your own standards skyrocket. Because you learn things so fast, you expect yourself to be perfect at everything on the first try. A normal person is just happy they baked a cake. You are upset that your cake doesn't look like it belongs in a professional bakery, even though you just started baking yesterday. Second, other people start to rely on you for everything, because you are the smart one, the creative one, or the fixer. Everyone else's problems suddenly become your problems. Think of your mind like a brand new, ultra-expensive smartphone. When you first open an app, it runs perfectly. It is fast and smooth. But because the phone is so incredibly powerful, it doesn't force you to close the apps when you are done. So, you just keep opening new ones. You open an app for your main job, an app for your side hustle, an app for helping your friend fix their resume, an app for that new language you want to learn. Soon, you have 50 heavy applications running quietly in the background. When your phone battery drains down to 0 by noon, you don't say the phone is broken or lazy. You realize it is just trying to run too many things at once. Your mind is that high-end phone. You are mentally exhausted, not because you are weak, but because you never close the tabs of your own capabilities. You are running 50 versions of yourself in the background of your mind every single day. Let's step away from the theory for a second. Let's talk about someone named David. David is the ultimate quick learner. A few years ago, his friends needed a website for their new business. So David just sat down and learned how to build one in a single weekend. It looked amazing. A month later, his office needed someone to run a complex presentation. and David did it flawlessly. Then he started a podcast, taught himself audio engineering, and designed the logo himself. People looked at David and thought he was a superhero. "How do you do it all?" they would ask. But behind closed doors, David was drowning. Every time he proved he was good at something, it became a permanent weight on his shoulders. His friends expected him to maintain the website forever. His boss gave him double the workload because he was so efficient. People stopped asking how he was doing and only started asking what he could do for them. David didn't lack focus. David lacked permission to just be average for a single day. He was trapped in a cage built out of his own talents. This brings us to the ultimate trap of the highly capable mind. Imagine a beautifully crafted Swiss Army knife. It is an amazing tool. It has a blade, a screwdriver, a corkscrew, and a pair of scissors. It can get you out of almost any daily jam. But imagine taking that small pocket knife and trying to use it to chop down a giant, 100-year-old oak tree. The knife will eventually snap and break. Not because it is a bad tool, not because it lacks sharpness, but because it is being used for a massive, exhausting job. Simply because it can be used. Just because you can do everything doesn't mean you should do everything. Just because you have the ability to solve a problem doesn't mean it is your responsibility to solve it. If you've spent your life feeling like you need to monetize every single hobby you pick up, if you feel guilty when you sit on the couch because you know you could be doing something productive, it is time to stop. Your exhaustion is real. It is the natural result of a powerful mind that has been carrying too much weight for too long. You are allowed to be good at something and just keep it to yourself. You are allowed to paint a picture and never show it to anyone. You are allowed to be smart and still say the words, "I don't know how to do that." You will have to figure it out. You don't have to be the ultimate solution to everyone's problems. It is not your job to be perfect at everything you touch. If you have ever felt completely burned out by your own potential, if you are tired of being the person everyone relies on, I want you to drop an emoji in the comments below. Let me know what burden you are finally putting down this week. You might be surprised to see how many brilliant, exhausted minds are feeling the exact same way. If this video finally gave you the words for something you have felt your whole life, make sure to subscribe to Psychology Unseen. We are exploring the hidden habits of your mind every single week. Hit that like button on your way out. Give yourself permission to close a few apps today, and I will see you in the next one.